Let's talk about why asking straight out for referrals may be stunting your business. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but it's all in the way that you ask, right? And so I'm going to go, this is a 2-part series. Today's part 1, tomorrow's part 2. Tomorrow I'm going to show you exactly how to talk to your database, to your clients, what to say to get business from it. Today, I want to make a point, and I want to talk to you about why going direct and saying, hey, can you refer me somebody? That request in the current world that we live in often leaves a client feeling a little bit cold. And what do I say about your clients? It's all about how you make them feel, right? It's your whole database. Like, what feeling are you leaving them with? If you start thinking about this more psychologically, right, and we always talk about significance, are you making them feel like they are important to you? Well, hopefully you are, but it's in the language that you use. And I have, 6 things I want to cover really quick with you. All psychologically based explanations. Number 1. But first, this episode is brought to you by brillianttribe.com. Check us out. It's where we do group coaching, one-on-one, marketing, you name it. We work for big companies that you know, Fidelity, National Title, CoStar, Zillow, and we also do amazing teams and small brokerages or individual agents. We handled it all. Number 1, it shifts the relationship from communal to transactional. Anytime you are asking, can you refer me somebody? Mr. and Mrs. Seller, listen, I love working with clients like you. Do you have anybody that wants to buy or sell real estate? You run the risk, and look, I do it too, but I'm telling you, you run the risk of making it more transactional to them. It's like, oh, wonder if it was about this or that. Here, I'm going to read this to you. Clark and Mills' relationship theory shows that people expect communal norms with professionals they trust. Help freely, not scorekeeping. This is why when we call up people on the phone and we talk to them, we have to make them feel like they can waste our time. And in fact, the whole PSLV method, PS love, that's why I do it. They've got to feel that. Number 2 in this one, inside of number 1, or B, I guess, A and B. A sudden referral request cues an exchange norm. I did this for you. Now you owe me, which feels like a violation of the unspoken social contract and breeds a little bit of discomfort. It always does. So how you say it matters, right? Number 2, triggers psychological reactance. And I put here autonomy threat. When clients sense pressure to act, their autonomy feels restricted. And I don't know about you, but when I go into any store, or I'm shopping anywhere, or I go in to buy a car, or anything along those lines, I want to feel like I can look around without feeling the pressure. I want to feel like I can get as much information without getting pressured from anybody. Or like I'm going through this whole process and now I don't owe you anything. And I want to feel like I don't owe you anything in this process. Anytime you start asking for referrals in this way, it's like, oh, there it is. I was waiting for that. I've got to give them a referral because they did a good job. So they did it because, oh, I see how this works. And this is how they think, right? Let's not be ignorant. This is how people think. Now, I put here reactance theory. You can look it up. Reactance theory predicts a reflective pushback. Let me choose if and when I recommend you. And that can dampen the goodwill, right? It's like just people referring you. Number 3, create social capital risk for the client. Creates, plural. Create social capital risk for the client. Referrals put the client's own reputation on the line. It's like, wait a second, do I want to refer this person? Right? And I hope they do, right? But that calls it into question. If anything goes wrong, they bear that relational cost, and there is that cost. So an unsolicited ask forces them to weigh that risk right on the spot, which feels stressful to some people. I'll tell you, it feels stressful to me. I'm more of an introvert. And you know what? Let me take some water. Keep fumbling on the words. Give me a second. Yeah, excuse me. All right, let's go water. I'm an introvert, and sometimes when I'm asked this question, depending on how I'm feeling, I feel uncomfortable. And that's the reality. See, nobody talks about this whole process of asking for referrals and how it makes the client feel. And so tomorrow we'll go over value-driven communication. But number 4, induces cognitive load and decision fatigue. Who do I know that's buying or selling is not an easy recall task, right? It's not specific. Think about it. Who do you know? Mr. or Mrs. Seller? That's so out there. Like, shouldn't it be more, and we'll talk about this tomorrow, but shouldn't it be more like, if you're going to ask, Joe, I know we had our challenges, but I'm so glad that we closed, and I just want to make sure that I did do a great job for you. Yeah, you know what, Tristan? Yeah, we had our ups and downs, but it was not your fault. You did an amazing job. I said, great, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Well, if you have any other family members that are looking to sell any real estate, I'd really appreciate it if you could refer them to me, right? So I was very specific, family and sell. The moment I start not being specific, it gets hard for people. Like, now they're having to be like, oh, anybody I know buying or selling, right? It's not easy. That's the reality of this. I remember when I was learning this, when I was in my teens and early 20s, when we were telemarketing, they wanted us to be very specific, right? Number 5, violates the norm of reciprocity timing. Buyers and sellers unconsciously feel they've already reciprocated via commission, reviews, or gratitude. It just happened in the process. Listen, you're already getting paid for this, right? If I'm going to give you a referral, it's going to come from the goodness of my own heart without you asking, right? And that's how a lot of people feel internally. Requesting another favor so soon, or just requesting it in general, creates like this imbalance, right? And it has like feeling of guilt and resentment. That's how people feel. Nobody talks about this stuff, so I had to outline it for you. Number 6, by the way, if you need this, let me know. Number 6, undermines narratives of altruism and competence. Yeah, competence of all things. Clients like to believe you help them because you're genuinely caring and highly competent, not because you're fishing for leads. Like, think about when that question pops in at any point. If you're just saying, Joe, who do you know that's thinking of buying or selling that I could help? It just feels so salesy, so spammy. It's like almost inconsiderate. A referral plea can raise suspicion about true motives. I think that's how I feel inside. And it dilutes the perceived authenticity in the world that we live in right now. It's all about being sincere, all about connecting through this authenticity approach or authentic approach. Anyway, hope this helps. I'm throwing a curveball here at you for those that ask straight out for referrals. I want you to rethink it. I'm not saying don't ask. I'm just saying the way you're asking is creating an uncomfortable feeling in a lot of clients. And tomorrow we'll go over how to ask correctly. Have an awesome day.